This is All India Radio. In the program Samaiki, we now bring you an exclusive interview with Indian High Commissioner to Maldives, Shri Sunjay Sudhir. The interviewer is AIR correspondent Suparna Sekhya.
In one of the largest evacuation exercise of its kind, Indian Navy launched Operation Samudra Setu to repatriate stranded Indian citizens from overseas. Navy ships Jalashwa and Magar were sent to Male in Maldives to start the mega evacuation operations. Arrangements are being made to evacuate stranded Indian nationals in Maldives by another voyage and airlifting. All passengers on arrival in India will be medically screened and would have to download and register on the Arogya Setu app. INS Jalashwa will carry only those Indian nationals who are residents of Kerala and Lakshadweep. Indian High Commission in Male called upon Indian nationals wishing to be evacuated by Air India flights to get in touch with Indian High Commission by email at airevac.hci@gmail.com. The High Commission said that priority would be given to those facing deportation by Maldives government, medical emergency, pregnant women, elderly, stranded tourists, and people affected by family emergencies like deaths. INS Jalashwa had earlier brought back 698 Indian nationals to Kochi on Sunday. A total of 900 people have been evacuated from Maldives with the second ship INS Magar. All necessary measures were taken by the teams to ensure safe embarkation with minimal social contact. Adequate care was also taken to cater for the old-aged people, pregnant ladies and children in arms during the trip. All the passengers were handled by trained Indian Navy personnel, donning personal protective equipment. The evacuation operation was conducted in accordance with all standard operating procedures and guidelines. INS Jalashwa, based at Visakhapatnam, has been at the forefront of similar evacuation efforts of Indian nationals and major humanitarian assistance and disaster relief efforts of the Indian Navy. The ship is designed to carry troops and the facilities on board were modified for the ongoing evacuation. She is manned by trained medical teams of the Indian Navy, specifically embarked for the ongoing operation. The entire exercise is part of Vande Bharat mission of the government for repatriation of Indian nationals from the Middle East and Maldives in the backdrop of COVID-19 pandemic. Besides, India's humanitarian gesture for Maldives is there for all to see, with naval ship INS Kesari arriving in Male with 580 tons of food supplies for the island nation. We have with us India's High Commissioner to Maldives, Sunjay Sudhir, with us to share the details. At the outset, sir, how satisfied are you with the outcome of the first phase of Samudra Setu mission from Male?
I am very satisfied with the first phase of Samudra Setu mission. In all, it has been able to carry about 700 and then another 200 Indians back to India. The large number of 900 included a lot of senior citizens, a lot of pregnant women. Actually, the first voyage carried about 19 pregnant women. The second voyage carried about 18 pregnant women. There were a lot of children also. There were a lot of people with medical issues. For example, in INS Magar, which left a few days back, there was a person with a fractured leg. All possible assistance was provided to him. He was carried around on a stretcher. In the first voyage, INS Jalashwa, a nurse who was pregnant reached Kochi and within hours she delivered. So in that sense, it has been a very satisfying experience. And as we speak, INS Magar is just about to reach Kochi, and the 200 Indians on board will also be reaching Kochi in a few hours from now.
Sir, another voyage is expected shortly to bring back stranded Indian nationals. So when is it scheduled and how many Indian nationals will be evacuated this time?
The next voyage is scheduled for Friday, 15th May. And for this, once again, we are using INS Jalashwa. And we are very grateful to Indian Navy for having made available this huge ship. The carrying capacity of the ship is 700 people. And we are very hopeful that we'll be once again able to fully utilize the carrying capacity.
So when is the ship beginning its voyage and how much time will it take to reach Indian shores?
The ship will begin its voyage on the 15th, maybe sometime in the evening of 15th May. And the total journey time could vary between 36 hours and about 48 hours.
Can you tell us the COVID-related norms being followed during this exercise?
So we are trying to take all possible precautions relating to COVID. For instance, before embarking on the ship, everybody is being scanned at least twice. There is a health history which is taken. Thermal scanning of temperature is done. We also are observing any visible symptoms such as shortness of breath or coughing, etc. We are also maintaining social distancing while people are queuing up for checking in or while they are queuing up for embarking the ship, and also for their sleeping arrangements and sitting arrangements in the ship. Full provisions are being made also to disinfect the ship itself, their baggage and whatever they touch. All possible measures are being taken.
What are the amenities being provided to the passengers in the ship?
I must say that in the rich tradition of the Indian Navy, whatever facilities can be provided to the passengers is being done. They are being made very comfortable. I saw a video of the facilities inside. I could see very spick and span arrangements, white sheets, comfortable mattresses with social distancing and other things. For entertainment of the passengers, I was told that they were screening movies during the voyage. Medical facilities are also being provided on board because, as you know, this is a fairly long journey of about 36 to 48 hours and medical situations can arise. Therefore, medical facilities are also being provided.
How many flights are being planned from Malé and to which Indian cities as part of the evacuation by Air India?
For the moment, I cannot give you a definite number because we have just started working out a possible air evacuation exercise. But what we have in mind is to reach destinations in different geographies of the country. For example, so far the ship voyages have all led to Kochi. But then there are a lot of Indians who have their homes around Mumbai or Delhi or Bangalore or even Chennai. So this time, these are mainly the 4 cities we are thinking about. But I must repeat again that we have just started our preparatory work and not yet finalized the destinations.
We have also seen how India reached out to its neighbors as a gesture of friendship under Sagar initiative. This is definitely an example of India's concern for its neighbors. Your thoughts on this, sir?
Well, as you know, India has this neighborhood first policy and we are following it to the hilt. We have been doing whatever we can to our neighbors, in particular to Maldives, and Maldives in reciprocation has followed its policy of India first, and I think there's a lot of complementarity in our approach. So, and we have been working with each other, especially in difficult times such as COVID times.
So could you tell us about how this evacuation process was coordinated?
Well, we set up a team in the mission, in the High Commission. All of us came together, drew up some kind of an outline of what we were supposed to do. We also took help from volunteers from the Indian community. We set up a Pravasi support group, which was in regular telephonic contact with people with any requirements, any questions. So we drew up some kind of a blueprint for the evacuation program. And then we approached the government of Maldives, and I must acknowledge that we received very positive support from the government of Maldives. In spite of lockdown in Greater Malay region, and also this being the holy month of Ramzan, still all possible help was provided to us. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs played a very critical coordinating role. They also helped us in liaise with the port authorities, airport authorities, local transportation authorities, the armed forces, the police forces, customs organization, and also the youth ministry. I think for carrying out an evacuation exercise of this magnitude, which has been perhaps, I think, largest anywhere in any country during the COVID operation, it requires full support of the host government. And I'm very happy that we got complete support from the government of Maldives.
Thank you so much for speaking to us.
You were listening to an exclusive interview with Indian High Commissioner to Maldives, Shri Sunjay Sudhir. The interviewer was AIR correspondent Suparna Sekhya. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. You can listen to it on our mobile app, News on AIR. This program is also available on our website, newsonair.com. You may email your opinion about this program at airnsdtalks@gmail.com.